sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hello everybody, welcome to a public stream. I think the microphone's working, you guys are all in chat. I hope you've had a good day today. I hope you've been excited of the news, of the fixtures have been released this morning. This morning I was at work for 8 o'clock and to be honest with you, I had absolutely no break at work. I have literally got nobody at work that enjoys football, so I can't talk to anyone about football at work. And yes, believe it or not, I've made it until 8 o'clock today in the evening without knowing a single fixture. Other than, I would say I'm pretty confident that Manchester City and Man United are not going to play in game week 1. Unless the Premier League have quite cleverly put them together, I expect at least 4 teams not playing. in game week 1. So that, unless they do a midweek game, which they could have done, but I don't think that. I just don't see that happening. Anyway, I think we've got a good amount of you watching at the moment. Steve-O did a stream this morning. He reacted to it, and basically, well, I think the views on that stream were quite ridiculous. There was quite a lot of people tuning in anticipation and preparation for that stream. So yeah, guys, let's see if we can get some more likes on this stream tonight. Can you please hit that like button and get that the like level up, hit that algorithm. If you're watching this back on the replay as well, leave me a comment as to what you're doing with your team in light of the fixtures being released. So this is Steve-O's stream earlier on. I'm just going to quickly play it. I will say hello to all of you guys in the chat in a moment, but I'm purposely ignoring it for the moment so I can just listen to what Steve-O has to say when he actually found out what the fixtures were.
Is this it?
I think he had some issues.
Oh, it is. Right, please tell me that's up on screen. Yes. Right.
Oh, Crystal Palace, Southampton. Okay.
Here we go, everybody. Right, so dates to be confirmed.
Arsenal, Fulham.
Both Manchester clubs are not playing. It's Burnley.
Fulham, Arsenal. Whoa. Liverpool, Leeds.
All those leaks were a load of nonsense. Here we go. So Saturday, the 12th of September. When
Oh my God. All right. Okay. Spurs, Everton, West Brom, Leicester, Liverpool, Leeds. Just that makes me think Salah, maybe triple up. So Trent, Salah, Mane could be on the cards.
Monday,
West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, Chelsea, Sheffield, Wolves.
Oh my goodness. So, right. So the following Saturday.
So yeah. So Man United aren't going to play, and neither are Man City in the first. So yeah. So let's quickly carry on through to when he's talking about. Right. So let's pause the stream here. So. Crystal Palace, Southampton, Danny Ings screams out straight away. Fulham, Arsenal, Aubameyang, 100%. Liverpool, Leeds, I mean, yeah, okay. Nobody was considering Mane, but maybe they might now. Or maybe just Robertson, Trent, and Salah triple up. Two defenders, one midfielder. That could also be... Yeah, that might be more popular, actually. There's a lot of money otherwise in midfield having Mane and Salah. So yeah, Salah, Trent and Robinson, I think, will be the template. Judge it. I mean, this is literally the first fixture. So we don't know what the rest of the fixtures are, to be honest, yet. So Spurs, Everton, I don't feel like I want to be getting any Spurs players in my team, to be honest with you. West Brom, Leicester, Jamie Vardy, perhaps. West Ham, Newcastle, so St. Maximin in a lot of people's drafts. Anyway, let's carry on. 3,050 views, guys, and it had 152 likes, that stream earlier on today. So if you guys can help me trying to beat that, that'd be awesome. Get a like ratio higher than Steve-O's, just to dig it into him. So yeah, let's have a look at these fixtures. Fulham, Aston Villa. Wait a minute, hang on.
Liverpool versus Arsenal, Man City, Leicester, Sheffield United, Leeds, Spurs, Newcastle, West Brom, Chelsea, West Ham, Wolves. I tell you what,
Chelsea, Liverpool.
So
when's that? Game week 2. Chelsea, Liverpool.
Chelsea, Liverpool. Good Lord.
Damn it! I had like Ziyech and Ziyech and Werner planned in for me for Chelsea. God, sorry, I'm just trying to digest all of these fixtures very quickly, guys, before we start hopefully getting some callers on and hopefully get some discussion going on this evening. But what I'll say is immediately Liverpool, Leeds. Liverpool, and then obviously I know they got Chelsea, but what are their fixtures after that? Sorry, Steve-O, but you're too slow. I need to find out. What's going on here. 1 second, guys. Here we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's bring up FPL. Right, so this is my... Okay, this is my team. This was or has been my team up until literally today. So immediately, Ryan has got home to Chelsea first game. Wow. Okay, Matt Ryan might have to go then. Werner, what is this? What are their fixtures like? Chelsea. Brighton, West Brom, Crystal Palace, Southampton. Guys, I'm calling it now. You've got to have at least 2 Chelsea assets in your team. Got to. I mean, the price points are ridiculous. Werner at 9.5, if he's a solid starter, which I have no reason to believe that he won't be. And Ziyech, who's like the wizard. Pulisic as well. I mean, you could just go Pulisic and Ziyech if you're not quite sure on Werner. Those fixtures are gorgeous. That's just Chelsea. So let's have a look at Leeds against. So straight away, Leeds up against Liverpool is just whoa. Okay. Right. So this is going to be great for the casuals. Holy moly! Leeds, Arsenal, goals. Aston Villa, Everton, Sheffield United, West Ham. Oh my life. Look at those. Oh my God. Wow. Probably 3 Liverpool, 2 Chelsea. Who have, Sheffield United away. Wolves. Who have Wolves got? Okay. So after the first, why Sheffield United away isn't red? Man City, game week 2. But look at that. 5 fixtures straight after. West Ham, Fulham, Leeds, Newcastle. Wow, Vinagre staying in then. Wow. Could even consider Traore, Jimenez, Jota. I mean, Man City are blanking, so De Bruyne is straight out. Salah's going to have to come in. Fernandes is going to go. Oh, this has changed things up a bit, hasn't it? I think in light of this blank game week, looking at this, Mitrovic, for me, away at Arsenal, at home to Arsenal, beg your pardon, Mitrovic in the, is it 18-19 season started really well for me, and I think I'm going to stick with him. What's his fixtures? Oh, oh my life. It's a gift that keeps on giving, FPL. What is going on? Arsenal at home, Leeds away, Aston Villa at home, Wolves away, Sheffield United away, Crystal Palace at home, West Brom, West Ham and Everton. Oh my. Right, Mitrovic, that is 100%. Mitrovic is going to be my team, 100%. So that's question marks really then are going to be Souček's, what's his fixtures like? Ooh. Okay. Bench fodder then. Maybe for people that are going to own him. Maybe 5 in midfield isn't the way forward, guys. Because of Fernandes, Greenwood, De Bruyne all blanking. Maybe the answer is 3-4-3, and then getting maybe Jimenez. Vardy. What's Vardy's fixtures like? West Brom, Burnley, Man City, West Ham. Vardy could be an option. Anyway, let's go. Hi guys. Anyway, let's be sociable. Let's say hello to chat. Let's have a look to see what you guys are talking about. Trent Alexander-Arnold is 60% owned, says Barnes in the chat there. I've got 179 people watching, guys. Whoa! Hello, everybody. Yes, for those who don't know, I have literally not found out about any of the fixtures until literally just now, so I'm just digesting it. And so far, it's looking really nice. Looking really, really nice. Mitrovic is not an Aguero. His ownership is ridiculous. Says JC. I think that it's going to go up, to be honest with you, JC. Jason, the FPL ticker cannot be trusted, said Anish Thakar in chat. That's the point. Has anyone got a link to a really nice season ticker or fixture ticker? That would be quite good. I don't know if Ben Krellin's released one yet. 5 yellow cards then for Mitrovic. Yeah, absolutely. Was it this? Oh God, he was referred to. Was the Mitrovic is like the Undertaker of Premier League. Hello, Liam Healy, how you doing? Dre Zera's in chat there. Hello, Faraz, Marshall Matters, Joe Page. We've got a few of the members in here as well, guys. I see some of your badges are turning different colours now. I can't wait to see the first person with the gold Elite FPL badge. I'm looking forward to that. Talking about some emotes, guys. We've got some new emotes in the chat as well. If you want to kind of show them off, members. I think we've got Dre Zera's emote in there as well. Mad Ting. All he has is Anurag, thank you ever so much for that. One Rivers Vlogs, how you doing, Charlie, mate? How you doing? Hopefully we're going to get you on the show, mate. If you're free tonight to come on, please come on. And also, guys, it's an open invitation. If you are new to the show or want to come on, Discord, a link in the chat every now and again. There'll be a link there to come and jump in. You can talk to me live about what you're doing with these fixtures, with your team. Can we get to 200 viewers? 187 concurrent viewers at the moment. That's pretty awesome. Mohammed Rawat, how you doing, mate? Vish, Mitrovic is a trap. Mate, I don't think he is. Avoid Mitrovic at your peril, I think. He's in my team. Doherty Wolves double up defence, says Dally Pool. Let's have another look at the Wolves fixtures again. Doherty, a double up in defence for Wolves. Sheffield United away, yeah, I could see him getting something out of that. Man City, I don't, obviously you could bench your assets there, but look at that. West Ham away, Fulham at home, Leeds away. Wow, Newcastle, Crystal Palace at home. Yeah, maybe not double up in defence. I probably would go one midfielder or striker and a defender. I don't think you need to double up in defence personally, purely because that Man City game, and Mitrovic is going to score as well. Definitely against them. But yeah, nice fixtures for Wolves, to be honest. Once that Man City game's out of the way, Leicester away as well, not bad. Southampton at home, Arsenal away, then it gets a bit tougher then for them. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping Vinagre in my team. What's Leeds fixtures like? Is Leeds, because I know a lot of people were talking about Leeds in terms of bargains with their defenders going forward. Liverpool away, Fulham at home, Sheffield and Man City. I don't know, I think it's going to be fodder. I think Leeds will just be fodder. I think Dallas, Nyling and well, let's be honest, no one else really that's in consideration for myself. I think people might be tempted to switch to 4.0 fodder. They're like, what's Crystal Palace's fixtures like? Like Ferguson and stuff like that. Not bad. Southampton at home, Man United away, Everton at home, Chelsea away, Brighton. Then after that, Brighton, Fulham, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley. That's actually really nice. For a defensive point of view, that's not too bad at all. From game week 5 onwards, it's pretty damn nice. But yeah, initially, guys, when I looked at that Chelsea fixture ticker, wow. I mean, Chelsea for me. I mean, looking at this now, straight away, what I want to do with this team is I want to say goodbye to Greenwood. Goodbye to Fernandes. Goodbye to De Bruyne. Goodbye to, Souček's cheap as chips, but I want to bring in Ziyech. I think 8 million, I think he's an absolute bargain. Absolute bargain. I want to bring in, let's quickly have a look again. I'm going to bring Salah in. See, already I've still got 9.5 that I can spread around in my team already, just for getting rid of De Bruyne and Fernandes and bringing in Salah and Ziyech. It's pretty decent. Foden, I saw an argument the other day about Foden. What do you guys think of him? I mean, Foden, even if you kind of start him and have Souček as a replacement to come on, I I know he's not playing, but I'm not, obviously knowing he's not playing game week 1, but going forward at 6.5, Foden is a bit of a bargain, isn't he? I'm not going to lie, 206 viewers, that's pretty insane. Thank you, guys. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the show so far. Have we got anyone in the Discord? Waiting room? No, we haven't, guys. Come and jump into the waiting room if you want to chat about it. Steve-O's in the chat, literally just posted that in Discord. Andy, what is he on about here? We've got Fantasy World Order there. We've got FPL Anderson. Guys, how you doing? Let's talk FPL. How you doing there? Doherty and Vinagre. You going to be doubling up, Andy? Is that the plan? Think about the price points. I honestly think the 3 attackers, a 3-4-3 or 4-3-3 is probably how I'm going to start the season, depending on what, depending on over the coming days, how my feelings are, because I'm still kind of looking at the fixtures at the moment. Foden is great as long as you got a good backup if he doesn't start. Yeah, absolutely. Interesting that you have no interest in Southampton. No, I didn't say that. I haven't got to Southampton yet. I did say Danny Ings when I looked at Southampton's opening fixtures. Let me just quickly bring it up again. So if I was to get, obviously Davis won't be in my team now. But look at Danny Ings. Wow. Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Burnley. That's nice fixtures for Tottenham, for Southampton. Wow. So a lot of the popular players have got some nice fixtures starting with. There aren't many decent strikers, but there are a lot of strikers that are decent. I think I'm going to disagree with that. I think I will disagree with that. I think at the sort of like 6 million to 9.5 million mark, you've got quite a few decent point scorers there in attack. So I wouldn't dismiss it straight away. I think having three attackers could be the way forward. Am I considering Spurs? I don't know, man. I don't know if I am. Everton. I had Harry Kane in one of my drafts and people laughed. But like, I look at those fixtures and I'm thinking, actually, 10.5 is Harry Kane. Are we sleeping on Harry Kane at 10.5? I know I ain't got no money for that, but I'd have to get rid of Aubameyang or Alexander-Arnold, or well, I'm not going to get rid of Aubameyang, and I'm not going to get rid of Alexander-Arnold, and I'm not going to get rid of Werner. Yeah, I think Werner's a must. I like a lot of the forwards, especially early on. Says Let's Talk FPL in chat there. Kane is a must, says King Kun. A must. Interesting terminology there. I sold Salah to have Kane, says Azzy. FPL Anderson's got him. Emilian's got him. So, guys, just out of curiosity, how many of you in chat are considering 3 playing sort of, I would say, decent, like 3 strikers that are value strikers, like proper strikers, not a budget? But how many of you are playing 3 strikers? Just put an X in chat if you are playing 3 strikers. I mean, I'm just curious to know. Southampton defence keeper seems really good. Well, I mean, yeah, the fixtures are really nice for Southampton. Kane is nailed on in my team, says Joe Page. 4-3-3 to start my season, says Dre Zera in chat. Good morning, Harbour Boy. How you doing, buddy? 4-3-3, says the Don. Harry Kane will win the golden boot, says Ben. Are you in the chat there? I'm not having any Spurs, says Adam Wheeler. I was saying that a minute ago, but I'm starting to think that maybe looking at those fixtures that Kane could be a bargain at 10.5. Tahir, so a few X's coming up now in the chat there. Werner, Mitrovic and Danny Ings. I mean, I could... Son or Kane, guys. Son or Kane? That is the question. But then it's the budget. It's the budget. This is going to be the interesting thing about how players will factor in Spurs when they've got, the likes of Salah, Aubameyang in their team, maybe Werner as well. Are they going to bring in Harry Kane, or are they going to drop down, possibly bring in Son at 9 million? 352 says Rationale. 360 in the chat there. Anyone coming in on the Discords? We've got 2 people. Right, it's welcome on our first guest this evening. Welcoming on our first guest, Liam. Liam, how you doing, my friend?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, buddy. Remind me, is this the first time you've come on the show?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Liam, welcome, mate. Welcome on the show. Thank you for jumping in and being the first guest tonight. I spent the whole day literally just being pretty much head in the sand, not actually paying attention to anything football related. I'm quite amazed at some of these, like some of the picks that we've been looking at already in the last few days. I've got some absolutely beautiful fixtures. I mean, talking about Danny Ings for Southampton. I mean, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Wolves. I mean, they've all seemed to have got some beautiful fixtures to kick off. So what's your initial takeaway from today's release of the fixtures?
I didn't think Man City and Manchester United would not play. I thought they might have been in game week 1 somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, possibly put into midweek or something like that. But I don't know what the actual whether it falls into the 30 days or not.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, they obviously knew about this blank coming, but they didn't. Now I don't know if they would do that, but if they wouldn't arrange the fixture to be Man United versus Man City, I think it would obviously be. Is it completely randomized, or is it? Do they play around with the fixtures a little bit in terms of teams? I know that they sort their home and away fixtures out, but it'd be interesting to know if they would have considered putting Man United and Man City against each other. So only, but obviously
I don't think they put big games at the start of the season. Games.
Yeah, but they would know that game would blank, so they would know that the double game week would be later on in the season. That's the reason why I asked the question. But also they don't consider FPL when they sort the fixture list out. FPL is just something that we consider. Yeah. So from a selfish point of view, having just a one team blank would have been interesting. But to have 4 teams that aren't playing, that's going to make it interesting when it comes to the wild card, isn't it?
Yeah, it's changed my let's say plans quite a lot, because my draft last night to what it is now is a bit different.
How many players are different now than what they were last night?
About 4.
Oh, right, okay. So I'm guessing probably Man United and Man City players?
Yeah, I think I had Fernandes.
Yeah.
And De Bruyne and Foden.
Okay, yeah. So you've also considered Foden now. I think Foden could be a bit of a dark horse this season. Obviously, with David Silva gone as well, I think the value for money that he offers is ridiculous to ignore. Even to have him just there as a starter, but then having a backup, say the likes of Susek or someone else as a backup to come on. In a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3, I don't know. Do you think when I say having 3 strikers is going to be the popular way forward?
I've got 2 playing strikers at the minute.
And who are they, if you don't mind me asking?
I've got Mitrovic and Timo Werner.
There you go. That's the 2 that I had in my team before considering bringing in Danny Ings. Danny Ings, of course, having an absolute baller of a time closing the season with some serious points, but going into this season with some nice fixtures. And have you considered Danny Ings or anyone from Southampton? People in the chat were saying, Southampton, talk about Southampton.
Well, the only one that I've got is a defender at the minute.
Okay.
That's Kyle Walker-Peters.
Yep.
But obviously my draft now, between now and the start of the season, it may Well, I think it will change.
It will change probably quite a bit. I'm not going to, I'm not going to pretend that otherwise. I think a lot of people are going to be tinkering away quite a lot over the next few weeks, or pretty much a month, just under. I think the main thing for me is the blank is obviously going to throw a lot of people out in terms of their strategy. I've historically, I tend to wildcard in the first international break. I think that could be the popular. Will people be able to wait until that point? I don't know.
Well,
I think the double game week ain't going to be till later on in the season anyway. So yeah.
Well, on my bench, I do have a Man United player.
Oh, okay. Let me Rashford. Sorry, Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To come in game week 2.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. So let's quickly have a look at their fixtures for Man United. Oh my god. Oh wow! I've just seen the Man United fixtures.
That makes the blank worse.
Do you know this is a spanner in the works, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's why I looked at the fixtures and seen the fixtures after the blank, and I was like,
oh my life!
I don't want to take a -4 this early on, so I got to have at least one somewhere.
That's not a bad shout, That's not a bad shout, because I think you can still have a very, very strong 11 and have Greenwood there at 7.5 on your bench, waiting for game week 2, home to Crystal Palace. I mean,
because I've got quite a well-balanced team now, to be honest. So
have you got your team? Can you just post it in the team screenshots, and I'll bring it up on the screen on the stream there, so we can kind of look at your team. So post it in the team screenshots in the text channel just above here, and I'll throw it up, mate. But yeah, that's some interesting curveballs being thrown by this season by that fixture drop, isn't there? It's going to be very interesting. Quickly, let me know when you post it, mate. I'll bring it up.
Okay, just give me a...
Why don't you want 3 United players, Jason? Well, don't you want 3 United players? I don't know if I want 3 United players. I think 2. I think one of maybe Fernandes and Greenwood. I don't know if that... I mean, we're still a bit shaky at the back, to be honest with you. There's no indication that he's going to drop De Gea anytime soon. So old Butterfingers is always prone to a few calamities of late. So as much as I'd like to see him be benched, just even if it is a case of just kind of making him just give him that break from the limelight, because let's be honest with you, keep playing him is not seemed to have done anything for his confidence. But yeah, have you posted your team in the team screenshots yet? Liam, you there, mate?
Yeah.
Oh
sorry,
yeah, I see you post. I see you posted your team. 1 second, let me bring it up on the screen for the guys in the chat. So, where are we? There we go. Oh wow, it's small. Let's bring it up.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So, okay, talk us through your team, Liam.
Well, I've gone fixtures over anything, and I've just gone for like the first kind of 4 game weeks, and just to see how that kind of goes.
You know what? I really like that. I really like the fact that you've planned the blank with Man United and obviously the fixtures. I haven't even looked at Man City actually. In a moment, I will do so, but the obviously Aubameyang as captain away at Fulham. I mean, he's priced well at 12 million. Obviously, it's pretty joint highest value player in the game, but obviously at in that midfield spot, extra points for a goal, for an assist. I think that's a bit of a no-brainer. Have you not considered possibly an outside consideration for Mo Salah at home to Leeds?
Yeah, like I don't think the captaincy is like done yet. I still think I'll flip between the two.
Yeah, it definitely between probably one of those two, won't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I like St. Maximin. His fixtures are pretty decent as well for Newcastle. Like you said, you've planned for the fixtures. Mitrovic, Werner, these players that we're seeing posted in the chat here. Obviously, the main thing is obviously gone with a 4-4-2 here. And you've got Bednarek in. Interesting. Vinagre.
That Bednarek, I just changed that to Carl
Walker-Peters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. So you're doubling
just,
up on Southampton then for those fixtures.
As it stands, yeah, but obviously that could still.
So I see you got Justin in. What's Leicester's fixtures? Let's quickly have a look.
I think they're pretty good, and I think he's going to play because Ricardo Pereira's out till like the 3rd of October.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's been out for a while. So West Brom away, Burnley at home. Yes. Man City, yeah, you can avoid that one. You can rotate that. By that point, you'd have Greenwood back in anyway, and then you'd have West Ham at home, Aston Villa at home, Arsenal away. You could then obviously rotate as well. I mean, I think you've planned really well, to be honest with you. Are your initial thoughts to wildcard for the international break for the first one, sort of game week 4ish?
Is that what?
Ben Barker, thank you so much for that subscribe. Yeah, it's like just after, isn't it?
I think I see where I am, kind of rank wise, and then see
so
how
see
bad.
How you're getting on.
Yeah, because last year I've only been playing seriously for 2 years.
All right, okay.
Last year I finished about 600k. No, about 800. I think it was about 600k. I think it was something like that.
Okay, so what's your goal this season?
Top 500k and just see what happens.
Top 500. Okay, yeah. I just want to say that for someone that's played for 2 seasons, had a 600k finish last season. Have you been taking advice from other people, and have you been like consuming other FPL content?
To be fair, I do speak to a lot of FPL people on Twitter. Can I just plug someone?
Go for it.
Who's helped me a lot?
Yeah, go for it.
His name is FPL Dave. I don't know if you've heard of him.
He's a streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, he's
my
go-to man. Honestly, he's my
massive respect for FPL Dave. He's got a very, very unique show on Twitch. A platform where historically hasn't been the platform where a lot of FPL managers go to for content. So I've got a massive mad respect for him for being the presence of FPL on Twitch. FPL Dave is quality.
Yeah, he's definitely like, because I think it was 18 no, what was 2 seasons ago? That season it was
18-19.
Yeah, I started playing I started a team and casually, and then halfway through the season I got into took it more seriously, and I was looking for someone just to kind of help me on my way, and I found him, and he's been great.
Mate, at the end of the day, when it comes to finding someone that you kind of really connect to, that's key. And that's the thing, you can relate to someone. And FPL Dave is definitely up there as being someone that you can literally just chill out, have it on, relax, and consume his content. Sound lad. Thank you ever so much for jumping on with me this evening. For Liam, I really appreciate it. I hope that this is the first of many times that you come on, and thank you for the guys that subscribing to the show as well. You guys are awesome. Liam, is there any final thoughts you want to say before we get the next caller on, buddy?
No, it's fine. That's fine, Jason.
Cool, mate. Your team's looking really good, mate. Honestly, for someone that's relatively new to the FPL sphere, obviously you are obviously taking it quite seriously this season with the planning. I think that you're pretty close to what you'll probably end up starting the season with, barring any major transfer news or any injuries, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, you stay safely, and I hope to speak to you again in the future, buddy. And I hope you enjoy being a part of our Discord, mate.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. Thank you for having me.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Take care. Well, guys, we've got a lot of people queued up in the waiting room. We're going to have a lot of callers on tonight, so I hope you guys are ready. Get yourself the kettle on. Tune in. I'm aware that the final of the Europa's on, but United are out, so I can't care about that. But what are the guys in chat saying? Let's have a quick look. Aubameyang straight into my. Actually, that's earlier on. Let's bring you guys up again. So Dave is a legend. Big up FPL Dave, says Ray Zera in the chat. Liam sounds like Holloway from Bristol, is he? I didn't ask him where he was from, actually. I see some of the guys rocking the elite emojis there in chat as well. Susek fixtures aren't that great. It's just Shalom, they're not great, but at that price point, I think it's worthwhile having them in as that budget option there. It's on Friday. Is it tomorrow? All right, okay. Sorry, for some reason, I thought it was Friday. There you go. I worked too hard. Barnes, how you doing? How you doing, mate? All right, let's bring in the next caller, and that is going to be a defender. FPL defender, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, mate.
Good. Man, what a day it's been today. I've literally come home. I'm knackered. I've literally sat down. I've fired up the stream. There's 260 people tuning in on YouTube. A record for me doing a solo anyway. I know it was pretty mad earlier on with Steve-O. And by the way, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, let's beat Steve-O's likes. Essentially, I'm just going to ask you the same question. Fixtures, oh my God, fixtures.
Yeah, I mean, there's the big headache with a blank, and yeah. And but the good thing is there's a lot of teams with really good fixtures.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks to plan.
I mean, is this gonna kind of throw a bit of a spanner in the works? This blank game week for a lot. I mean, we just saw Liam there being a bit shrewd, but having Greenwood on his bench to navigate past that blank, and then to bring him in for game week 2, where United's fixtures looking really tempting. Doesn't want to take a hit, bringing in multiple United players. I'm just bringing your team up that you posted earlier on.
Yeah.
Is that still your team? Aubameyang, Salah, Ziyech, Greenwood, Fernand. Obviously, that's probably going to be changed now, right?
No, I'm not actually thinking about the strategy to wait and see what Brewster is going. If Brewster is going to a Premier League club, I will play Brewster and Ferguson the first game week, and just build my team around game week 2.
All right, interesting.
Because I think there's the only possible scenario that I can have this from midfield 5, because they will go up in price. So I will have that big midfield from the get-go, and Aubameyang after the first 2 game weeks will be KDB, and just have that points coming in. So I think I will do that to avoid early wildcard.
And people in the chat earlier on were talking about Harry Kane and other Spurs assets. You've obviously not brought them into your team. Are they anywhere on your radar, Spurs, or are you kind of like me, a bit like, sorry, I won't touch them with a barge pole?
Yeah, I think it's a wait and see. The good thing with having a lot of money in the midfield is giving you a lot of options to go, let's say, leave Fernandes and go for Werner or Kane, for example. Which I think the strikers, Werner and Kane, it will be more wait and see for me. And also,
yeah, because obviously Harry Kane's only 1 million more. So I think people that are looking to kind of go a bit more, who's more of a risk? I'm going to ask chat. I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask chat. Hello, Alex Follow. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing good, mate. Guys, follow Alex Follow on Twitter. He does he does most of our graphics for our thumbnails. He's a top lad. Thank you so much for that, Alex. I'm going to ask the chat, and I'm going to ask you, who's more of a risk in your opinion, game week 1? Harry Kane or Timo Werner? What's your thoughts?
My thought is Harry Kane. So I don't know how they're gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna, they don't have any. I mean, they don't create as many chances as Chelsea are. I think Chelsea was second on created chances in the whole league last year, and my I use the Ziyech to back up if Chelsea's gonna do good in the beginning. So yeah, and I actually think that if I'm not gonna captain Kane, if I'm not gonna captain Werner, I probably want the money in the midfield.
I think Chelsea. Thank you, John, for the subscribe. I think Chelsea this year. I was saying it last. Pretty much before the season finished. I think a lot of people were, to be honest with you. So I didn't take a football genius. I think Chelsea are going to be a massive force this season. They're going to be pushing for the title. And as a United fan, it pains me that they've done so well in the transfer market. I don't know what the latest is on Havertz. Can someone? I don't know if you can enlighten me on that. Is that actually going ahead? What?
Yeah, Havertz. Yeah, it's a done deal.
Done deal.
It's not official yet. They still, talking about the price, but it's gonna happen. And I know that Havertz had told Leverkusen that, come on, can't you agree with the fee? And I think Chelsea's just playing. There's a lot of time left, so we're playing 85 million. They want 95, I think, or 90. So
wow,
it also depends if Chelsea want him in training as soon as possible. They should add that 5 extra or.
I mean, Chelsea this season is like me playing Championship Manager 01-02 and bringing in all the players that I want to bring in, like Ziyech, Werner. I mean, these are serious players. Havertz coming in. I mean, the supplies to the attacker, or whether it be Werner. I mean, I personally don't think that Giroud or Abraham are going to see a lot of minutes starting off the season. I mean, I could definitely have egg in my face for saying that, but I just think that the risk, as someone said it in the chat a minute ago, the risk of not owning Werner, I think I think the chances of Werner scoring more than Kane, I think there's so much more of a chance. I think more creativity in that Chelsea team, and I think that price point, 9.5, it is a million short of Kane. I think it's worth it. So I think, Kane is more of a risk for me. Owning Kane, I know it sounds crazy, is more of a risk than basically owning Werner. Kane brace on pens, team built around him, only 10.5, must have. Lactic Man disagrees with me. He's going with Kane, it looks like. Depends where he plays, like defenders saying. I mean, Kane as an out-and-out striker, we all know what Kane is capable of. He's great in the air, he's great in the box. But if he plays as a CDM or centre midfield, and he drops deep and the likes of Son, Mora, go ahead of him, then it's like, what's the point of owning him? He's probably not going to get the points that his price tag kind of calls for. Chelsea won't play 90. Well, you don't think he'll play 90? I think Abraham will get a fair few minutes this season, to be honest, says the Don. Werner may start on the wing, says Namtil. Havertz is world class. I agree with you, Daniel Jarman. If Werner scores, your rank will drop more, says Bilal. Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Need to see Werner play. Very, very good point. I mean, we haven't seen Ziyech or Werner in the Premier League yet. Will they adapt quick enough? I think the quality will be there for them. The fixtures are there as well. And the formation. Yeah. I'm benching Fernandes game week 1. So I said Adam Wheeler, another one that's benching a Man United player in preparation. So yeah, your team then. So Aubameyang, Salah. So the power in midfield. And to be honest, it's a very balanced team. It is a really, really balanced team. I like it. I like it. I like the thought process. What's this Che Adams, mate? Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the 6.0, and I know Southampton have good fixtures, and what I've seen and what I think is that he's gonna start with the Ings, and play with him. He was kind of good in the end last year. It's more of they have good fixtures. He's 6.0. What can you maybe he scored a goal in like 1 of 3. It's more like a spot. I can't find any other player at that spot. I have 0.5 in the bank.
Oh, right, okay.
So it could also be a Mopé or a Wood, and I'm also going to downgrade Aubameyang to KDB at Gameweek 3, which would give me 1 million. So I will have some flexibility to see.
Wait, you're going to Aubameyang? Why are you going to downgrade Aubameyang Gameweek 3? I mean, that's the plan. But
the plan
Liverpool
is that,
away.
I would play. I'm playing the fixtures and also.
Who've Man City got? Sorry, who've Man? I haven't even looked at Man City's fixtures yet. Let me have a quick look at their fixtures. Game week 3. Wow.
Leicester.
Yeah. Leicester at home, Leeds away. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Leicester at home, Leeds away. That. Yeah. I can see why. You're considering doing that. That's not bad actually. It's a nice rotation.
I'm thinking about a strategy because I have so much money in the midfield. I can go wherever I want with my players. So I'm trying to do the chase the upside with, like, let's say if I wanted, for example, Sterling, I can go from Salah to Sterling and captain him. And then if let's say 3 game weeks later, Salah's a good fixture, I can go Salah and just ignore the front. Just have
Yeah, the thing is, if Werner starts banging in the goals and you want to try and get him in, that's when you're going to get in a bit of a trouble because you haven't got a price point, a decent high price point in your attack. But you are going.
I can do because I'm gonna play chill. Not do many transfers. I will try to save up to always have like 2. So if I see I have to get Werner, I will downgrade Fernandes and get in Werner.
Sensible. Obviously, yeah. I mean, you've got to go on the form as well as the fixtures. I know Steve was saying earlier on that he's going to be going fixtures. I think a lot of people are looking at them. A lot of teams, with the popular FPL assets have got green fixtures. So a lot of the players we were considering literally only a few hours ago are still going to be nailed in our teams. But looking at this, I mean, you've got a plan. I like your strategy. I really do. The navigating the blank game week with Man United. The only thing is, obviously, bringing in that Man City player for obviously Aubameyang out game week 3 for Leicester and then Leeds away. I mean, that's a great shout, really. I think to navigate around that Arsenal Liverpool game. Again, you also have the benefit of having a couple of game weeks to see how your team's playing as well, how Aubameyang is, where Aubameyang's playing, what's the story with Arsenal, how they're setting up with their attack. More questions will be answered by that point. I like it. I really do. I think you're onto a bit of a winner there. Che Adams, though, not so sure. Brewster, not so sure. But it's an end to a means. Or a means to an end, so to speak. But anyway, Defender, thank you for coming on. We've got some more callers to get through, but any final thoughts?
No, thank you very much for the talk.
Cheers, buddy. You take care. Sure. Speak to you soon, yeah? Awesome, guys. That was FPL Defender there, long-term support of the show. King Kun, Firetug, I was looking at a 5-4-1 until fixtures came out. Let me guess, you're looking for a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3 now, King Kun. Jason Dunkley is there in chat saying, start with Kane and Firmino. Easy move to Aguero, Martial and Werner. Aguero, a name that has not been mentioned much. I've not seen much of that name at all. 10.5. Is Aguero a steal? Obviously, the eyes will be looking at his fitness. But we all know what Aguero is capable of. Martial and Werner, Martial as well. Now a forward, of course. Will he be in people's teams come game week 2 or maybe benched? I think it's a bit too much money to bench. I can understand benching Greenwood, but I mean it's a decent strategy benching Fernandes and Greenwood if you can afford to do it, but you have to make sacrifices somewhere. Che Adams. Golden Machete. Anyone looking at Everton defenders? Not a lot of people I've seen bringing Everton into the fray at the moment. If you want to come on, talk about Everton. We've got a few people in there. We've got Joe Nicholson in the chat. We've got some new faces. I'm going to bring them on. Joe Nicholson, good evening. You're the first time caller, I believe, on the show. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you from, Joe?
I'm from Buckinghamshire.
Awesome. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for jumping on, buddy. And are you... Has today kind of changed how you're planning to set your team up for Game Week 1?
Yeah, it really has actually, because before I was wondering whether to keep a Bamyang or not. Obviously now he's got 2 great fixtures to start,
Yeah.
so I think I might use him. And also with the strikers, I've gone with Werner instead.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we were just talking about it a moment ago on the stream. I don't know if you heard, but I think the fixtures are just so tempting, and the price points as well. Could you post your team in the team screenshots for me, Joe? So we can get it up on the screen. That'd be awesome. Jason, are you worried that Tottenham have 3 Europa League qualifying games? No, because I don't have any plans to bring in Tottenham players. Is the answer to that. My golden rule is to avoid Tottenham unless a miracle happens and Jose Mourinho starts to play super attacking football. There's absolutely no realistic chance that I will be bringing in a Tottenham player. Tierney, I like the Tierney pick, man. I really like the Tierney pick.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to me about your team then. So what players are nailed at the moment in your team?
Absolutely nailed is Mohamed Salah, I think, for the first how many games?
Yeah.
Probably 7 or so. I'll probably keep him for 10 game weeks maybe. Also, Timo Werner, he's got some nice fixtures. I think lots of Arnold is a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Carl Walker-Peters got some nice fixtures too.
Yep.
And if Pulisic is in the squad and doing well, then I'm keeping him and Danny Ings too.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Ings, I didn't own him for those amazing hauls that he got towards the end of last season. I have a bit of a weird experience with Danny Ings when it comes to owning him. Every time I get him in, I always miss out on the hauls. But when I take him out, he ends up scoring. It's one of those nemesis players that you seem to have. But seriously, look at your team. I mean, it's a few faces there. I mean, Saka. Are you an Arsenal fan?
I am, but I'm planning on shifting most of the Arsenal lot out after Game Week 2.
Right. And are you thinking of bringing in Greenwoods and Fernandes for United, or are you looking to elsewhere at City?
Yeah, after Game Week 2, I'll have 2 free transfers available, so I'll probably get rid of Aubameyang for one of either Sterling or KDB, I think. And then Saka will likely go to another budget midfielder, I'm pretty sure. Whoever that may be, I'm not sure.
How much is Saka?
He's 5.5 million.
How much you got in the bank?
Absolutely nothing, but I will have 0.5 when... I'll probably go for Sterling for Aubameyang.
So what, you're looking at roughly sort of like a 5.5 midfielder then?
Yeah, so I think... Who was there?
St. Maximin. St. Maximin. Yeah, I mean, another caller, another strategy. This is the beauty of the show, is we get to see different thought processes going into Game Week 1. Tell me, have you been like taking advice about FPL so far this season, and how many seasons have you played it?
Yeah, I've been watching quite a few YouTube videos from various people. Been on Twitter a little bit. I've been playing probably 3 years, but only last year did I actually concentrate for the whole year.
Okay, so it's really it's your second serious season then of playing.
Second serious, yeah.
Do you think Saka's going to start strong for you guys?
It's a weird one actually, because I'm not even sure if he's a nailed-on starter. But I think he'll definitely get some minutes, and he is, one of our better players, and he can create an assist.
Talk to me about Ramsdale.
Well, originally I had McCarthy and Egan instead of Ramsdale and Walker-Peters, but Ramsdale for me I think I've only put him in because Walker Peters offers more going forward than Egan, is my logic behind that. And also, he made a lot of saves at Bournemouth, so I'm hoping he'll get quite a few points for that as well.
Yeah, okay, I respect that. Hello to Ryan on Twitch, FPL Alarin watching us on Periscope along with Anjita and Niz as well. Hello, you guys, and everyone else who might be tuning in elsewhere. You got any questions that you want to ask our caller Joe, who's first time? We've had the second one this evening to be the first time on Discord. Are you new to our Discord, Joe?
Yeah, I literally just joined from this
stream.
stream.
Awesome! I hope you stick around, mate. It's a good old shout. It's a good crack at our Discord. It's a lot of fun and jokes to be had. Hopefully not at my expense. Did you see Steve-O's stream earlier on today?
I think I popped in for about 10 minutes or so. I didn't watch too much of it. Yeah,
it's fine. It's all right. You're in the right stream. Give us a like as well. There we go. We're going to farm the likes out. We need to beat Steve-O's likes, guys. If you're new here, and thank you so much for subscribing to the show, whoever that was. So you got any? So other than that, then it's the likes of Vinagre. Was in a lot of people's drafts. Ings, Werner, Pulisic. I mean, you've gone with Pulisic and not Ziyech. Can I ask why?
I think Ziyech's one of those players where he'll get a lot of pre-assists rather than actual points in FPL. A bit like Mesut Ozil was a season or two ago. He was getting a lot of pre-assists, but he's not getting actual FPL points for that.
Are you worried that Pulisic won't start game week 1? And obviously the likes of Ziyech comes in, Mason Mount behind as well, possibly even Havertz behind Werner?
Yeah, I'm slightly worried. My brother's a Chelsea fan, so I'll ask him if he knows. Leading up to it, we still got around 3 weeks, don't we? So there's always time I can change that. Yeah,
definitely. I think that Ziyech will hit the ground running for Chelsea. I really do, and I think that's an easy switch out. Save you a bit of money as well.
Yeah, 0.5. I'm also going to be watching a bit of Wolves because I like Pedro Neto and Pedence. And if either of those are getting minutes, I can swap Saka out for either of them.
Excellent. No, I completely agree. Derekka's in chat. Hello, what's up, Jason? Just finished the Power League, so missed the start. Thoughts on wildcard game week 2? I think game week 2 wildcard. Ooh, you could end up regretting that because I think the game week 2 wildcard just to navigate the blank. I don't think it's worth it, mate. I really don't think it's worth it. I would do what probably some of these callers have done. If you really, really want Man United assets, bench 1 or 2 of them. I don't think wildcarding game week 2 is that great of an idea myself, but play your own game, absolutely. Any final thoughts, Joe, before we get the next caller
on? Well, pretty much. I think I finished like 200,000 for last year, and anything above that is, a win for me, and I'll just be watching more of the content. And I think, that's it basically.
That's actually a great point. So 200,000 you finished last year, and that was the first time you've taken the game seriously in what you've said. So it's a decent rank, to be honest, for first season. So what's your goal this season? 100,000?
If I can, that'd be great.
50k? Yeah. Come on. Set your goal high, mate. Go on.
Go 100k. Go on.
100k. There we go. 100k, Joe. Let's hope you get it, buddy. And I hope to speak to you again through the season, buddy. Cool. You take it easy.
All right. See ya.
Joe Nicholson there, guys. First time caller on the show. Awesome guy. But he's an Arsenal fan. Yeah, but got to support somebody. We got Steffo in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Don't like the attackers this year. So many good midfielders. I think I'm going to go 3 attackers. I really do. We got who else we got here in the Discord waiting to come in. We've got some new players coming in. We've got a guy called Idiot. Don't know if I should bring him in or not. FICO22, we'll try him. FICO22, good evening. You are now live on the Elite FPL podcast with myself, Jason. Is this your first time on the podcast or the show?
No, it is my second time actually. Last
second time
I said that Fabian Schär would be an excellent option.
Oh right, and you've managed to work up the courage to come back. So FICO, I will ask you the same question. Are you looking at a completely different team than what you were yesterday in light of the fixtures being released this morning?
No, actually.
No? Awesome. Let's bring your team up. I've got it up here now. So this is your team then,
the
FICO.
The only problem is the blank.
Okay. Problem is the blank. So you are going to be benching Fernandes?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think I'll be benching Fernandes and looking to bring in Aubameyang for De Bruyne because
De
I have
Bruyne,
0.5 in the bank.
Yeah, okay. Madison, talk to me.
I think Madison will be a good option because 7 million, I think that's the same price as last year. And him and Vardy have really good link up. And I think with the fixtures, I actually think there would be a good option.
Okay. So just bring up I'm just going to bring him up again. The fixtures for Leicester. I can't even remember these fixtures.
He's that much owned.
West. 10%. So it's 9.4% ownership at the moment. James Maddison away at West Brom, home to Burnley, and then he's got City away, and then after that he's got at home to West Ham and at home to Aston Villa. So good fixtures. So 7 million. I can see the argument for it.
But there aren't many.
Not around that price point, but I mean,
no, have you looked? Blanking.
You considered Maximin for Newcastle?
I have, but I don't know. It's
Newcastle.
That much cheaper, and I've already got a Newcastle player, so.
Okay, so you've gone double up on Liverpool in defence, and you haven't gone with. So you're going to do De Bruyne to Salah, is that right?
No, Aubameyang.
Right, okay, apologise. So, okay, that's great. That leads me into a good question. You're not going to own Mohamed Salah. Are you worried?
I think a double Liverpool defence hopefully will cover that. Hopefully. The problem is there's so many good midfielders, even though that there are blanks in game week 1. I may own him, but I could look to downgrade Jimenez to end up owning him over Fernandes.
Yeah, Raul Jimenez, of course. I mean, he's gone up in value this year. He's still not scored. He's not a hauler, is he? He's a bit of a consistent captain. You know, bangs you in a goal, gets you an assist every now. You know, he's pretty consistent. He's not going to get you a massive haul, but the fixtures are looking good for Wolves. I think. What's the ownership of Jimenez? Let's have a quick look.
22.5.
22. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Sheffield United away. Yes. Then he's got Man City. I think for me,
and Wolves beat Man City last season. So
people wildcarding, sort of game week 4 time. I think we'll be bringing him in for that Leeds, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. Those 3 fixtures to me stand out immediately. Leeds away, Newcastle at home, Crystal Palace at home. Game weeks 5, 6, and 7. Before that, I'm not in a rush to get him in. Of course, he's got Fulham game week 4 at home, West Ham away. But to me, I think probably if I was considering Jimenez, it probably will be a result of an early wild card. Obviously, if I choose to do it. But no, I respect it. It's a bit. I mean, his price point now 9.5. Is it worth 9.5?
8.5.
Sorry, 8.5. Sorry, my screen's, it's my eyesight getting worse with age. 8.5. Is his price point worth it? I think it is. But there's other options available, especially with people going big in midfield. The likes of Mitrovic will free up that. Was it 2.5 million for you to go up? That Maddison could be someone else. You know.
Yeah. The reason I've gone for Jimenez and like other players that I think, apart from the Chelsea duo, I've gone for players that I think are going to be consistent rather than explosive. Because at the start of the season, you don't really know who's going to be the best players. So I'm looking for consistency and a bit more of a balanced squad, just so I can move from that. Because if I don't, it could go very wrong.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, you say you're going to go with consistency. You've got Ziyech and Werner, who have never played a single game in the Premier League, obviously new to Chelsea, but then I can see that, that is, some would say that's risky because you don't know what you're going to get. Maddison, to me, bit of a risk.
That's the only one.
But then, so it's those 3 really for me are the risks. Obviously, the goalkeepers, obviously, fixture-wise, it's good, but Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Fernandes, De Bruyne, obviously going to bring in Aubameyang for Jimenez. They're all proven. They're all
Yeah.
proven, and you've mixed in a little bit of risk in there, but the majority of your team is pretty much proven stable players. So yeah, I respect. I think you got a good team. Another example how there isn't necessarily 100% a template forming, but a few different ideas being bandied about. Obviously, I'm surprised to see the amount of people already kind of planning for this blank by benching at least one or two United players. I think that's interesting. Be interested to see if they do, especially defender who's benching Greenwood and Fernandez come game week 1. It'd be interesting to see
I
if
wouldn't bench 2 personally.
That's a bit rich for my blood. It'd be interesting to see if he does go out with that. But FICO, mate, I appreciate you for being on. Have you got any final sort of thoughts before we bring on the next caller? Obviously, I'm mindful of the time.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that I would think more about going for a 5 million goalkeeper if you can, just because I think that there are far more options in terms of consistency, and with Matt Ryan not having the best fixtures.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's gone, mate.
Not always being the most consistent defensively. I know they can be and were a bit better at the end of last season. I personally wouldn't go for one. But if you had to bring in like a Mo Salah instead of not having 11.5 million and having to go for someone like a Rashford, even though they have a blank, just an example, I think 5 million goalkeeper. Unless, of course, Orjan Nederland is starting at 4 million for Aston Villa.
Good shout. I mean, thank you so much, FICO. I hope you come on again and you have a good start to the game week 1. All the best, buddy.
Okay.
Cheers, dude. Right. I don't know if I want to bring in Idiot. I'm gonna see if he is what his namesake says. Idiot, you're live on the Elite FPL podcast. How you doing? You got your mic muted. There we go. No, nothing from Idiot there. We've got some comments in the chat. We've got Ari Hiroki. If the EFL Cup tie between Burnley and Villa is moved to the weekend, we won't have a blank game week 1. Really? Okay. I don't know if that's true or not, but if anyone wants to elaborate on that, we've got other people waiting in to come on now. We've got Skink97. Let's bring Skink97 on. Skink, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Jason.
How you doing, bud? Yeah, you having a good day today?
Yeah, I'm having an alright day.
Skink, I remember speaking to you a long time ago. When was the last time you came on the show?
Oh, we used to speak a lot like last season. I was coming in and on sometimes last season.
Did you have a poor finish to the season? Is that why you didn't come back on the show, or you just other reasons?
No, probably other reasons. I finished all right, I think.
Yeah? Where'd you finish, mate? Where'd you finish?
9K.
Oh, nice. Well, certainly wasn't your FPL then. But you're here now, and I've got your team up on the screen. Talk me through Martinez.
It's a heavy. It's something I'm thinking of because. He's starting. I think Leno might be injured for the first few weeks, maybe. I'm thinking, but I'm not really sure about it. But if Leno is injured, I might do Martinez for a couple of weeks because he's cheap as well. Might help me release some funds elsewhere. Yeah,
okay. I like it. I think that Arteta's going to kind of shore up that Arsenal defence a bit more. I've seen people have Tierney in. He's been in my mind quite a bit over the last few days. You've also gone with Maddison. Is this? Are you looking to try and take advantage of the fixtures and obviously Jamie Vardy being, Jamie Vardy and the price that he is and the midfield that you've got? Are you trying to cover some Leicester points by having Maddison in?
I think I'm leaning more to Maddison because he's on almost every chance creation option. Like he's on set pieces a lot. So aside from him being a goal threat, he has a set piece option that he might 1 or 2 times be able to wick it in. So that's the reason why I went for Maddison as well.
Okay, so Mane over Salah. Talk to me.
I think To be honest with you, I think Mane is a more goal threat than Salah from last season as well. So I went, instead of going Salah, I just thought maybe Mane would be a good option. Plus, not many people will pick Mane. Everybody else will just go Salah. So he's a good differential, you might say.
It is, but it's also a route for being backfiring. Obviously, the ownership of Salah, like you mentioned, if Salah does go on a bit of a streak and Mane doesn't, it could easily backfire. I mean, what I noticed, I do think Mane is much better a finisher than Salah. But what I have noticed, I watched a lot of football last season. What I've noticed is that Salah does get a lot more chances than Mane, and he's a lot more selfish than Mane as well. So I think that could be something to consider. But no, I think if you're brave enough to go Mane over Salah, then go for it. You know, the fixtures are there for him. Like you said, you're looking at big, healthy green arrows if Mane does outscore Salah. But likewise, you're looking at really nice, big, fat red arrows if it's the other way around. Obviously, the captaincy is going to be popular with Salah as well. With Aubameyang and Mane, I think I'd be doing what you're doing, sticking it on the Aubameyang. Interesting. You've gone with Son as another midfielder. You've got a bit of a powerful midfield there. Talk to me about Son. Why you have him in your team?
Son, when Son is really healthy, he's really formidable, you might say. And this is not my final team template, you might say. This is something I'm considering, but I think I might go with Son because he's a good goal threat, and also I know Mourinho doesn't play attacking football, but your options for goals in Tottenham squad either come from the wings or Harry Kane. So if I'd go for Son because he's on corner duties at times, and he can score goals as well on a good day. But this is not my final form. I might boot him out depending on how they do preseason and all that. So
sounds to me like you've still got a lot of question marks in your team, and that's not a bad thing. I think a lot of people that have claimed to have had their team set up now are secretly going to be jigging it about over the coming weeks. We've got a long way to wait before game week 1, and I think a lot of people are going to be switching out players and looking to see how the Community Shield goes, and in pre-season, any news about transfers and injuries. I think Martinez, Leno. Somebody said in chat, Leno's training and is possibly fit now, so it's something to watch out for. And obviously in the Community Shield, the Mupai. Is this just I needed someone to throw in with the money I had available sort of pick, or are you genuinely looking at him as an option?
Like you said, I just needed somebody to throw it in. The reason why is because I spent so much money on my midfield. I have a par midfield, but then I thought I don't have much options money-wise for my striking force. So I just threw in Mbappe and Mitrovic because I thought they were the best options for the money I had. But I might switch them out, depending on towards the end of the season, I might have a better template because this is just a draft pick, you might say.
Yeah.
Because I was looking for maybe a strategy whereby I get most of my points from midfield, and the rest will just help me stay afloat, you might say. But that's just a strategy I was looking for. Not really solid yet. We still have a long way to go, as you said.
I mean, come back to me closer to game week 1. I'll be interested to see what your team's looking like, because I'm pretty convinced there's going to be 2 or 3 players that are going to be going out of that team. But I mean, play your own game, man. The fact you've got some players in that other people haven't got in could end up working in your favour, namely Mane. I think if you're going to go bold, captain him. If you're going to start game week 1 with Mane over Salah, everyone's going to have Aubameyang in their team. Captain Mane. You could be the hero that captains Mane, gets the brace. Have you got the conies? That's the thing.
Jason, I'll actually take you for that bet, and I'll do that. I'll actually do that
skink.
now.
I don't want to get blamed for it if it backfires, but I tell you what, if it shoots you up the rankings, mate, and remember me when you're in the top 50, yeah?
I will.
Cheers, Skink, mate. I appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Thank you, Jason.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. We'll try and get Idiot in again. He said he had his problem with his mic. Idiot, you're live on the show. How you doing, buddy? Idiot, you got your mic muted. I'm not falling for it again. Come on, unmute your mic. Okay, and that settles that. Hello, Idiot, can you hear me?
Hey, bro.
How you doing?
I really think you should get Ozil.
Okay, moving on. We've got Hookie5. Good evening, Hookie5. How you doing? Hookie, how you doing, buddy? You're live on the show.
Hi, how you doing, Jason?
Yeah, good, mate. So other than Ozil, who should I be getting into my FPL team now the fixtures are released?
Other than Ozil?
Yeah, other than Ozil.
I reckon, I know we don't want to talk about, like, focus on Spurs, but I think Son's a pretty decent shout, to be honest.
Why do you say Son?
I just think if you're not going to go Kane, and you probably, if you're going to compare, like, I'm looking at Kane and, Spurs and Chelsea, I think the best choice of the new boys is probably Werner. I just think he's a goal threat. So if you cover that probably with, obviously getting Werner up front, and then I just like the sound. I just think you still need to cover Spurs, even though they've got a lot of fixtures. I reckon they're probably going to bang a few goals in, and Son will be one of those guys.
At 10.5, if you're going to look at, if you're going to say that about Spurs, at 10.5, is not Harry Kane more tempting?
It is, but then you either choose Werner or Kane for me, and I think looking at the teams like you said before, they Chelsea are probably going to create more chances. So you go with Werner initially, and then it's try and sort of like be tactical, if you like, with your midfield, so you can do a double swap.
I'd be considering Jimenez to Kane and downgrading Son. But that's the beauty of FPL, is that we don't all think alike, and I know that Jimenez is consistent, but I just got a feeling he's not going to hit the. I just got this gut feeling that he's not going to start scoring big straight from the off. Mitrovic, fixtures, and I like Mitrovic as a player. I think he's a quality player. He's a good talisman for Fulham, and everything goes through him up front. Jimenez. Fixtures aren't the best. I mean, they are right. They get better. They get better. Don't get me wrong. And like I said earlier, once the wild card comes out, if it comes out, early wild card, he might be well within, with reason coming into my team. But yeah, I think going on what you're saying about Tottenham, about how you don't want to miss out on Tottenham, and you want to keep Werner in because of Chelsea's attacking threat. Possibly consider that Kane swap and then switch out Son to someone else. I mean, it's an awkward price point. What will that leave you in midfield, in budget-wise? Do you know?
I haven't got a lot of budget left, but so you mentioned about the Jimenez.
If you get Ziyech in, so maybe Ziyech in for Son, and then Harry Kane in for Jimenez. I mean, so,
I think what I'm thinking is I am going to be jumping on United when they come round.
Yeah.
So going to monitor Jimenez, and then I'm going to go Boff out Jimenez, Martial in. I'm probably going to drop down Son to 8.5 Ziyech, or Ziyech's 8, isn't he? And then or Pulisic 8.5 if he's better. Obviously not injured.
Interesting. I mean, we've got some spammers in the chat, so guys, moderators can deal with that. So yeah. Talk to me in terms of your pick with Walker Peters. Then, obviously, taking advantage, doubling up on the on Southampton's fixtures. Is he going to be nailed in for your starting game week 1 squad?
No,
do you think?
I don't think so. I think I'm probably going to swap him out, to be honest, and maybe go. I don't know. I'm struggling with that one, to be honest. I wanted a decent Wolves. I wanted to try and keep two sort of two decent defenders in with Doherty instead of Vinagre, and trying to keep 4.5, another 4.5, maybe with Vinagre's still in there, but
Jota is still a midfielder, right? He's not an attacker, is he? Jota is a midfielder, right? Am I right, guys?
Pass. Not too sure.
Jota, because what you could do, you could think out of the box a little bit. At 6.5 midfielder, Jota for Diego Jota.
Not bad shot, yeah.
I mean, Son to Jota, Jimenez to Kane, and then you got a bit of funds then to spend in your defence.
Yeah.
Consideration. I mean, it's just get that combination that you're happy with, and at the end of the day, if you're not quite happy with that Walker Peters pick, you could free a bit of money up to maybe make that Walker Peters something like a Tierney or even up
Is
to.
Jota going to start though? This is the thing. I want starters.
I think he will start. Who do you think will start? Who do you think will start over Jota?
I just think he tinkers a bit, doesn't he, with his formation, and they'll either play Traore or they play Jota, and it's really frustrating. I really like Traore, but then he just tinkers him out of there, doesn't he? And he puts him on the bench and brings him on for a bit of burst of energy. I just find it quite a frustrating one with Wolves with their midfield sometimes, and whether he plays
6.5 though, 6.5. It's maybe an enticing price point to take that gamble. I mean, you could still afford to have a fifth mid that's, maybe a Soucek or something like that can come on in the event that Jota doesn't get minutes. But I think it's worth considering. I do. But again, if your gut says Son, go with your gut. At the end of the day, that's what my advice would be.
Probably going to change then.
Well, it's healthy. It's healthy, Hooky, to have different thought processes, and by all means, go with your gut, mate. Don't let the white noise of Reddit, Twitter, or anywhere else affect your thought processes, because the people that are going to be in the top 100 come game week 1 are going to have players that people would not have considered. Thank you so much, Hooky, for coming on tonight, buddy. I'm going to have to let you go now. We've got one more thing to say before we get the next caller on.
No, I just want to say thanks. It's a great show, and I really enjoyed the stream. So yeah, keep it going. Good effort. Thank
you for coming on, mate, because it's people like you that come on that make the content what it is. And I hope to speak to you again, mate, before game week 1 and see how you've done what you've done with your team. Take care, buddy.
Cheers.
Take care, mate. Still got people queuing up to coming on in the show. We got FPL tips there. We got King Kong. We got Dread FPL. Dread FPL's been waiting for a little while now. Dread, how you doing, buddy? You've been with us last season. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Are you? Has your team been affected by the fixture release today?
Yeah. I changed it around and everything, so I've got no Manchester assets in the squad. Yeah.
I'm bringing it up now on the screen. So you're a user of Better FPL, I see.
Yes. That's the one for me. I like to be able to see the future games at a quick glance.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it, guys. A Better FPL Chrome extension is handy if you like that sort of thing. Right. So Dubravka, Alexander Arnold, Doherty, Will Peters, Egan, Maximum, William. Oh my God, William, talk to me.
Well,
are they going to be
doing well? He was doing well at the end of the season for Chelsea. I don't see any reason why he can't continue that, jumping straight into the team.
I mean, 2 good fixtures before the fixtures started getting a bit tough. What's your plans then? Are you looking to wildcard early and swap out these players?
I'm just going to, game week 3, I'll just get rid of my 2 Arsenal midfielders.
So you're going to bank transfer, game week 3, you're going to get rid of both of them. I'm bringing like Greenwood.
I'd probably just I'd actually get 2 City assets in. I'll get Foden and Sterling or De Bruyne.
Foden, Sterling. See, I think Foden is such a great price. Was he 6.5? Is that right? Is he 6.5? Yeah. I mean, for Man City player who Pep seems to really, really love. Now that David Silva's gone, I think that that could be an absolute bargain this season. For me, Willian, it's different. It's different, and I think that that is the wild horse in your team for me. I can't see who's on your bench, but Sheffield United. Tell me what your bench are. Yeah, tell me your bench.
Sorry. Yeah, I've got Peacock Farrell, and then I've got Ferguson, I've got Brewster, and then Davis. I've got Brewster in there because I'm hoping he'll go on loan.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I was going to ask this. There's people with Brewster in. They're just praying that he goes to a loan somewhere in the bottom half of the table, right?
Yeah. That'd be
right. Okay. So, talk to me about Sheffield United. Obviously, they've signed Ramsdale now. Are you confident with Egan?
I'm not as confident as I would have been if Henderson was still there, obviously. But I don't know. Again, I liked him. He was doing bits and everything last season.
Towards the end, you got a couple of goals, didn't
he? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll stick him in there, and also it's a 5 million price point. I think there are other assets that I can probably jump to.
Mate, I'm telling you now, that 5 million Egan I'd find a way of getting Tierney in at 5.5.
No. I'm good. That will break my price structure. I can't do that.
You got no money in the bank, right?
Not with this, no. Not until game week 3. Then I'll revert back because so I've got Willian in there, 8 million, but that's actually meant to be a 6.5 million price point. So I'd revert back to that in game week 3.
Only the one striker.
Money in the bank.
Are you not worried about only having Werner as your striker?
No, not at all. No, because so if I was gonna have another striker, it would be like a 6.5 million top.
How much? Sorry to interrupt you. How much is Willian again?
Willian's 8.
You don't think that Danny Ings offers more value at just 0.5 more as a striker?
No, that doesn't fit into my no. I'm good with that. It doesn't fit into my price structure, which I'm sticking to.
Cool.
So I'm not going to go because I need to have that flexibility that goes in with my forward plan and thinking. So
yeah,
it's not an option.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, this price structure, is this something you've expanded on from last season, or is this something that you've just started from this season?
It's both. It's something that I've expanded on from last season when I sort of started thinking about it and thinking, no, I should be doing it this way, and I did that after the break. So the last few games that we had, and I started doing it then, and it kind of worked. So I'm bringing it into this season from the beginning.
Interesting. Firetog in chat said, just added better FPL extension, but all I get are the color-coded difficulty grades. How do you get the team names too? Is that a setting?
Probably just need to keep refreshing your screen, or there are some settings in there actually.
Yeah, there might be some settings you need to tweak, Firetog. But I'm sure that hello Birdio that's tuning in on Periscope. I'm sure Firetog that you can get in touch with Dread to find out if what he's doing, to get those team names up. Dread, I'm mindful we've got a few people waiting in the waiting room. Have you got anything you want to add to this before we get the next caller on?
What I'm going to say is I really enjoyed all the new people that have been joining in, and cheers to you guys. And can you just remember to hit the like button? Thank you very much.
Yes. How many likes are we on? I don't even know how many likes we're on. I haven't got stream. Actually, I've got the studio up, but it doesn't show me how many likes we're on. So someone can let me know.
I've got 143 here.
Oh, we're close, guys. If we can get like 15, 20 more likes, we can beat Steve-O's like ratio this morning. That'll be awesome. Thank you, Dread. I appreciate that. And I love the fact we're getting new faces on. I think it's brilliant. Awesome. And I've got a feeling this season we're going to see a lot of these new faces and get some regulars that are brand new to the show as well coming on throughout the season. That's going to be awesome. And the format's going to get more exciting and more exciting. And we haven't even talked about the Invitational League yet. Dread FPL, see you soon, buddy. Speak soon.
Take care. Cheers, bye.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. Dread FPL, everybody. We've got Adam Wheeler in chat. We've got Arch2D2. Hello, how you doing? This guy sounds like David Mitchell. Is that the guy that plays Moss off the IT crowd? Because that is correct. If that is correct. My Better FPL seems glitched. It's not showing the right fixtures. I think it's Better FPL, the extension that he was using there. Just hit 150, 155. Let's keep that going, guys. Keep it going. What if Pepe plays over Willian Namtil? It could happen. Pepe, are we all sleeping on Pepe? ? The Football Union's in chat. I've got Marshall on my bench and I'll use my free transfer to get Bruno in. Football Union, not a bad plan. I've seen that in a few teams posted in Discord tonight. And we saw that earlier on. So let's bring in Silico. Good evening, Silico. This is the first time, I believe, on the show. How are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm super. Thank you for asking. Silico, where are you from?
I'm Australian, buddy.
Awesome. So what time is it now in Australia?
It's 6:30 in the morning.
Wow. So you've had your morning coffee yet?
No, I've been up all night, brother.
Oh man, oh dude, we've been up all night waiting for the stream, haven't you? No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
So Silico, how you're new to the community, new to the show, is that right?
Yes. I've been in the FPL community for a couple of years now, but I am new to your show. I've actually only just found it about an hour ago.
Oh right, okay. And if you don't mind me asking, how did you find out about Elite FPL?
I was just on YouTube, I was watching another video, and then yours popped up as a live, like reacting to the new fixtures, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll sign up for that.
Inject this, absolutely.
Yes,
can I ask?
let's
So
go.
this is just proof that the YouTube algorithm is working right now. The fact that we are literally we're 161 likes, I believe, guys. Let's keep them rolling, guys. Let's get your aunt, get your uncle, get your dog on, get them to hit the like button. Let more people like Silico find out about this show, and you're now a part of our Discord. If you're and this Discord is going to get very, very interesting as the deadline gets closer and closer. Talk about meltdown. This place just lights up, and the panic is actually quite an entertaining thing to behold. Silico,
yes.
Have you posted your team for me to have a look at in the team screenshots?
I have. It was a very quick draft, but I have added a few things, and I have a few questions. A few things I want to talk about anyway.
Brilliant. Let me just bring it up. 2 seconds, Silico, and here we go. So talk to me. What do you want to talk about first? I normally ask the questions, but I want you to tell me what your first. Go on. No, you tell me. What do you want to talk about your team first of all?
Okay.
Go on.
I've had a lot of experience with a lot of these fantasy and super coach sort of things, especially in Australia. Like they're really popular there. So how I've noticed how to get a real big leg up in the start of these seasons is to get a few differentials. Well, they're called points of difference as well. And they're the only ways to get legs up on everyone else. I don't like being a sheep. I don't like following everyone else. I want to take my own ideas. So in the midfield, it's very, very stagnated. Like everyone's got the same thing. So that's why I'm going heavy on Kane and Vardy up front, because they've got really good fixtures, proven goal scorers, they're gonna score goals, and I'm gonna want to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Spurs, and it has been a case of, do you bring in Son for 9 million, or do you bring in for that extra 1.5 Harry Kane? Assuming he plays in an advanced role for Tottenham, there's nothing more frustrating than watching Tottenham owning Harry Kane and seeing him play in his own half. Now, I respect the playing it the way you want to play it. It is a ballly move to not own Aubameyang now he's a midfielder.
Yes. I really want to own him, but at the same time, because he's in so much of attack. Yeah.
The thing is, I see what you're building here. It's a very, very balanced team. You've got Nathan Ake. He's going to be surely in Pep's starting team.
Surely.
You've got Alexander Arnold. You've got one of Walker Peters or Ferguson to come on. Now, the 3-5-2. Now, obviously he's starting off with Ake and Foden. They're blanking.
Yeah.
So you're going to be. So you're starting off with a 4-4-2.
Yeah, I would say most likely yes. So 4-4-2. Sorry, I had to take a quick screenshot off my phone.
No, it's fine.
It's not great.
It's not hard to see what you're starting with. So
yes.
So if you were to try and get, you can't really get Aubameyang into this team without taking Salah out.
Yeah, I would have to jig it around a little bit, I think. I really want to get Aubameyang in. Like, I'm still not 100% sold on Son, but I know that Harry Kane will get goals, and I'm taking a punt on Barnes. I really want to take a punt on him. Just the fact that I think that he will get more minutes this year. He's a young, up-and-coming player, and they're gonna want to take most use of him as much as they can at Leicester.
Eunice in chat saying 4 your team won't play.
It's, honestly, they're placeholders. Most of them are placeholders at the moment. I'm just here to talk a bit about it.
Yeah, okay. So in terms of price points and strategy and not conforming to what is known as the inverted commas template,
yes,
Aubameyang has got to scare you. Not owning Aubameyang, you've just kind of said that yourself. Now,
yes,
Vardy and Barnes, do you feel you need to double up on Leicester?
I think they're up for a big improvement this year. Towards the end of the year, I feel like they were improving, and you know what? There's only a month between the start of the next season, so match fitness isn't really going to be a big deal, honestly. So I think they're up for a big season. Leicester, they can do a lot better, and I probably won't run with Son, but I am really worried about Aubameyang. I will probably end up caving and fitting him in just because I think that a lot of these players are just going to be must-haves in the midfield, and I'm very scared. But I do not want to be on and do what everyone else does.
So you say you don't want to do what everyone else does, but there is obviously we mentioned the white noise that you get on the Twitter, and you, in certain forums you get shot down for even posting a team like this. Believe you me, I know forums and I know places that if you've posted a team like this, you will literally
get roasted,
ripped to shreds. Now. Yes. This is different. Obviously we want the conversation, we want the discussion, we want to know the thought process behind it, and that's part of the thing that I think sets us differently. Now, I think that you've gone with a bit of risk by having these players like the Barnes, Vardy, Son, Kane. I mean, that's money that's tied up when the other people are going with the budget options in up front. You know, like the Ings. Mitrovic for me, and Werner. Are you not scared of Chelsea? Because this is something else. Like to me, Chelsea are going to be a dominant force this year.
Chelsea do have great fixtures. I was looking at that. I'm not convinced. I know German players do translate reasonably well to the Premier League, but I'm not I'm not up for taking risks on players I've never seen play in the Premier League, because I've just seen them get shot down time and time again, and I want to see them play a couple of fixtures first. I will probably rejig this quite a lot over the next few weeks, just because there's a lot of must-haves, but I think there's also a few positions out there that are not so much must-haves, and that's the only way to get ahead of the pack.
This to me looks like it's still a work in progress. I think you're not 100%.
Big work in progress.
You started off very strong by saying that you've got a plan in the sense that you're very determined not to conform to the flock or the sheep that tends to occur, but you've also got to be clever as well. And obviously owning you have got Salah. I think Aubameyang's going to be highly owned, and also at that price point with those big hitters up front, you're going to be hard to just kind of spread that money around to get Aubameyang in. So you're going to probably have to take a hit. Because you don't want to take out Salah. So it's another thing to consider. But the thing is, you've got the beauty of a few weeks to reflect and to build upon this, and to be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I say to everybody: no matter how your team does game week 1, if you're happy with your team come the deadline, that's all that matters. Because you can kick yourself all you want for not listening to yourself, but the thing is, if you go with your gut and it doesn't work out, then you've gone with your gut. You've gone with what you've not listened to the crowd. You've not done something that wasn't your decision.
Yes.
Like you've not said,
you are on the money.
Absolutely. You get people, and I don't want to offend anyone that's in the chat now, but you get people that they go, what do I need to do? I've got this player and I've got this player. Who should I play? Okay, they could just be gauging the field, and maybe they're kind of a 50-50 themselves, but just, research the player and make your own informed decision. Don't just rely on other people, because other people aren't right all the time.
Because honestly, what really honestly, a lot of people, like content creators and stuff like yourself, have really awesome opinions, and you help your community, and that's the best thing, and that's one of the best things out there. But at times, because that happens, people tend to follow that advice, and which means a large portion of that community get on those players. Look, it can work in your favor. At least if those players score well, they're not left behind. But if they fail and you go someone else who does well, then you're one step ahead of the pack. Like, I would much rather take that risk and lose than go with everyone else and just do very average at this point. Look, and also I can see a few people unconvinced by Kepa. I want to go take a punt on a Chelsea goalkeeper just because of how good their fixtures are, and I think they'll be much improved this season. And I want to get on the back of the Chelsea defense. I know goalkeepers are like 4.5 goalkeepers are normally the standard because they give you so much value for such a little price. But I think there's a lot of value with Chelsea's defense. And look, next time I talk to you, this team will probably be completely different.
I mean, mate, at the end of the day, Silico, the fact is that the reason we do this show, the reason we invite guests on is because we want to invoke a conversation and talk and bring on different thought processes from all different walks of life, from all around the globe. We get people. And if everyone came on at the same team, it would be such a boring show. The fact you've come on and you've told me why you've picked the players you've picked and the feelings you've got for that is, mate, I can't tell you you're wrong. And I'm in no position. I'm in no position to tell you I'm no different to anyone else. And if you genuinely feel that you want to double up on Vardy, Barnes, Son and Kane, go for it, mate. Honestly, go for it. You've got the Salah pick in. You've covered. Okay, you might be scared of Aubameyang. There is question marks on certain players. Peter's Ake. You know, Foden obviously is not playing as well as Ake. I mean, there's going to be sacrifices you're going to have to make by having the likes of Kane and Vardy in your team. But only you know what your team's going to be game week 1, mate.
You're exactly right.
And I hope you come back on and tell me about it.
Thank you. Look, just one last other thing, so I'm sure you're running out of time here. I really wanted to go with Fernandes at the start, but because they're going to miss that first fixture, I wanted to go like straight up penalty taker, Aubameyang, just because of how much value they all give for their price. And I don't know, it's just those first 2 fixtures, like City and United are going to miss, and I'm like, that kind of ruins my plan a little bit. So this is just more of a little work in progress.
I think you've made some very important points tonight, and don't listen to people that mock your Kepa pick. Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, there's going to be people that do very, very well game week 1. Okay, they might not stay at the top, but they will make different decisions to the majority, of course. But yeah, talk to me again.
Okay, Norris, just one more added thing. To everyone out there, please follow your gut, do your own research, do who you think is going to go well. Don't just follow the pack.
Absolutely. Silico,
all right.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm a big fan of the content, even an hour in. Keep it up. You're doing awesome.
Are we an hour in already? Are we? Oh, wow. But no, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you being up at this time of day, tuning into the show and being on air as well.
Not a problem. Take care, mate.
Cheers, buddy. See ya. Wow, guys, all the way from down under. We've still got loads of people in the waiting room. This could be a long stream. But you know, let's bring on. I've got some unfamiliar faces here, but I will bring in FPL Tips next. I know King Kun will be after another guy from down under. But FPL Tips, you're now on air. Good evening, FPL Tips. How you doing, buddy? Hello. FPL Tips, you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine, FPL Tips. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for taking a break from Twitter to join me on this live stream, my friend. How's your team looking for game week 1? Let's bring it up. Let's talk.
It's looking like I haven't spent nearly enough time on it at the moment. I've made a few changes with the fixtures and things, but it's not polished as of yet.
What are your main concerns in your team at the moment then?
I still have double Liverpool defence in there, which I originally really wanted as part of my team. But looking at their fixtures, it's probably not something that I'll end up going with. I'll probably end up dropping Robbo. I wonder. I don't have any. I've got Greenwood in there at the moment, so. You know, I've got to bench him game week 1, and I plan on doing the usual Aubameyang to De Bruyne hokey cokey that I think a lot of people are doing after game week 2. not too many worries. I think the defence needs sorting out as well, with Vinagre Wolves potentially signing a new left back is something to watch out for.
Yeah. Okay, so I spoke about it earlier on when I initially saw the fixtures released and I saw those sea of greens for Liverpool. That tripling up on Liverpool could definitely be the way forward. And I mean, I can't see your bench, so I don't know who you're going to be benching for Greenwood or bringing on for Greenwood. Can you tell me who that is?
At the moment, it's a 4.5 midfielder, so a little bit of restructuring is required.
Can't stretch to Souček then.
And I don't. Well, I suppose I could because they have a good game week 1, but I don't really want to because of their fixtures. I've never seen such a bad run of fixtures in however many seasons that they've got at the opening game. So he'd be good game week 1, but not. But
then you only need him for game week 1 because then Greenwood comes game week 2. But yeah, I know. I assume that. So we got the triple up: Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, Salah. That's the first time I've seen those 3 on tonight's show. I think that is a solid base to start with. And McCarthy, fixtures are good. Ferguson, Fernando, you got 4-4-2. It's going to be Armstrong. Talk to me about Armstrong. Good player.
I think there's a lot of people who are going with St. Maximin or Armstrong at the moment. And I think the fixtures swayed it at the moment for me in favour of Armstrong. He looked really good at the end of last season, was really involved. I know sort of Ings and Che Adams really took the limelight, but I think at 5.5, it's a great price for him. If it was St. Maximin had better fixtures, then I may consider him over him, but I do like Armstrong at that price with some really good opening fixtures for Southampton.
You've also chose to go Jimenez. You doubled up on Wolves. You've gone Jimenez up front with Werner, and you've put the armband on Werner at the moment. Obviously, we're going to, that's obviously just at the moment. Jimenez, is he worth the money?
I think it's a really tough one. I think there's a lot of players this season which look really explosive. So you've got the likes of Werner, Aubameyang, and then Salah, who's probably a very explosive. But I like having the occasional person who I think will tick along a little bit. And I think you get that from Jimenez. He's not as explosive. He's not going to score a hat-trick like Ings will. But if Wolves score 1 or 2 goals, he's likely to get you something from it.
No, I can see that. Absolutely. What's your thoughts on obviously not owning Danny Ings for those? I mean, we've seen people, or Mitrovic.
Yeah, well, Mitrovic is an interesting one. I was talking about him earlier. I think Fulham will need to start really well, and he'll have to be involved in that. And at 6.0, if you're looking for a striker at that price, I think he's a great price at that. Ings versus Jimenez is very close. They both have good fixtures. I know Wolves' first couple aren't nearly as good, but after that, it's a fairly 50-50 call. I just know that Jimenez has done it for 2 seasons now, and I just question whether Ings will go straight into the season and start doing it straight away.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's just a question of who you're going to bring in for Greenwood game week 1. Obviously, the 4-4-2 formation's proven. It's I started last year with a 4-4-2. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid team, to be honest with you. What can I say? You're not really taking any major risks in this. It's I think a safe starting 11. It'd be interesting to see who you do bring in for Greenwood, though.
Yeah, it is a bit safe at the moment on whether I look for one of those sort of differential picks. But the only reason I haven't got a differential pick in at the moment is I know I'll need my transfers early on to bring in your City assets and your United assets. So I don't want to take too big a risk having a differential in my team in case they don't start well, because then I've got to use extra transfers, which I already know I'm going to have to use early on those United and City assets.
That's a fair point. So yeah, how many players would you say in your team who's got question marks over their heads right now?
11.
Oh man, literally, dude. I am mindful of the time. I've got a ton of people in the waiting room wanting to come on and talk to me, and we've been going for almost 2 hours. Tips. You're going to be doing content on YouTube. You're going to be talking about it on your Twitter. Go ahead and plug your channel. Go on.
Perfect. Yeah, guys, I was doing a live stream earlier, which is why I couldn't join you at the start. I do every Tuesday with guests on just chatting about FPL and any questions you've got. So please go and subscribe over there. Just hit 400 subscribers today, which was really good. And then over on Twitter as well. But these guys on Elite FPL work harder than many people I know. So make sure you hit a like and get
I don't
Jason
sleep,
those
mate.
likes. Yeah, get Jason those likes over Stevo. Make sure he gets that.
Mate, what are we on at the moment? Likes, guys. 191 likes. Can we get to 200 likes, guys? And I'll take my top off. No, I'm joking. Thank you ever so much. You don't want to see my six pack, believe you me. I'll catch you soon, FPL Tips. You're a star. Thank you for coming on tonight, mate. Talk to you soon. Guys, we've got a lot of people in the waiting room. We've got 7, 8, 9, I think 7 or 8 people in the waiting room wanting to come on. Literally 2 hours, we're almost at now. 193 likes, 322 viewers. We've hit records this evening, guys. You guys have been awesome. There's going to be lots of content over the coming weeks. A lot. Tomorrow night will be myself and Stevo returning again to talk about what we're doing now. We're going to be talking more to callers. So if you haven't managed to come on the chat, I'm talking to you, Lloyd, Hassel, Mika, Robbie, FPL Elite Fan, King Kun. We're going to bring you on next because I know you've been waiting for a long, long time. Kizali and Adam W. If we don't get you on tonight, then come on tomorrow and I'll make sure that we prioritize you to come on before anyone else, because the time is dragging on. We don't want to make this a 6-hour stream. My wife will kill me. King Kun will bring you on next. Good evening, King Kun. How you doing? King Kun, you're live. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening to the millions watching around the world.
Well, we're not quite on millions, but we're not far off. We're over 300 viewers, which is pretty insane for a channel our size. But how you doing, King? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. It's just the morning. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, King Kun's also from Australia. Second guest this evening from Australia. So, have you had your coffee yet?
I actually haven't slept. We're in quarantine till September 13th. So
mate,
it's like we're in sleep deprivation at the moment.
See, the thing is, I don't want to talk to you about it too much, but I didn't actually. My lifestyle hasn't really been affected with this whole situation at the moment in the world. Fortunately, I've been working actually harder than I've ever worked before. So for me, it's all like business as usual. But for people like yourselves who are in quarantine or going through this, do you find your day? Are you sleeping okay? Because you say you're not sleeping and stuff like that. I'm just curious. This non-FPL related now, of course.
Yeah, of course. Your life changes because most people probably got laid off or are staying at home.
Yeah. So your schedule's been kind of thrown upside down then?
Yeah, pretty much. And your life a bit changed. I guess you watch more TV. Before that, I didn't even put the TV on at all. It was now it's I'm into this Netflix. Just different, I don't know.
Netflix is good, man. I'll be watching some Netflix in a minute. There's a good, The Umbrella Academy is what I'm watching at the moment. I'd recommend it. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about FPL, the fixtures being released. And I hope, basically, just to take away from it, I hope you stay safe, mate. I think it's all good in the hood in Australia. But King Kun, has the release of the fixtures changed anything in your team?
It's changed everything. From players to strategy to a lot of things. And I think the one thing I want to point out to is that because these players like Greenwood, the Manchester United assets and Man City assets are going to have 0%, not zero, but they're going to have low ownership, right? And when their game plays, so by game week 3, their prices could hike by 0.3, I think, in that game week. So there'll be 30%, 40% increase in transfers. So I think I'm gonna wildcard already in game week 3.
Wow.
I mean, after game week 2, I've already thought about it.
So you're not even going to wait for the international break. You're going to go straight into game week 3 wildcard. But assuming that Kane and Son do really well for you the first 2 game weeks, that wildcard might not happen.
I don't care. I want KDB, I want Jimenez in round 3, and I want a few other players. So this team that I got here is just for 2 weeks. I know it's a bit controversial. I don't know if you got it up on screen, but
yeah, I've got it up on the screen, and I just want to know Pepe. A bit of a
Oh,
meme.
it's just the fixtures. It's the fixtures. It was his first season last year, but I thought he played well in the FA Cup. I think he scored a good goal that was disallowed. I think it was disallowed. I'm not sure.
So, yeah. How much is Pepe?
He's 8 million.
Right, so, okay, 8 million. It's not a bad price, to be honest with you. You're not worried with Willian being in, that his minutes going to get kind of reduced? Or do you think he's going to get their 90?
I think all 4 of them will play. I think Saka could play on the left. Willian will play as 10. Pepe will play on the right. So I think Willian, as a experienced player, might actually benefit Pepe with his easy inclusion into the side. That's what I think. I don't know, but
Okay, so looking at your team then, McCarthy in goal, decent fixtures. Vinagre, yeah, good. Dyer.
yeah, well, Dyer's a punt I'm going with because I don't know. Apparently, Aurier is getting sold to AC Milan. So
Really? Okay.
I don't know. I might not sell Dyer. I might change it. But this is like a draft I've come up with like today.
It's
like
different.
6 hours.
It's different.
It's different, yeah. So what I'm planning on doing is McCarthy, Vinagre, and Dyer are all gonna come out in game week 2, and Meisler, Dallas, and Ayling are gonna jump in for their fixture against Fulham at home.
No,
I know there's no Salah.
There's no Salah, no. Are you worried about not owning Mo Salah?
I just think Leeds won't lose as much as people think in the first week. They'll lose, but they won't get smashed. It won't be 4 or 5-0 if people are thinking that.
Right. Okay. Well, let's hope that they. I mean, the Pepe pick for me is interesting. It is interesting, but I know it's probably not going to be. I say it's probably not going to be a permanent one. It's just going to be for the first few game weeks, right? You're going to switch him out for like Greenwood, I'd imagine.
I want Greenwood the next week. So the round 2, I'm going to use my free transfer most likely, and I think I'm going to get rid of Son.
Okay.
Greenwood.
Yeah. Okay.
Most likely.
So you think so judging from what you're seeing, you think Tottenham are going to start the season really strong. Are you hoping that Mourinho goes with a more attacking ethos?
I just think they're going to have 2 preseason matches and they'll have a couple of league, Europa League. I think they'll be rock hard fit, to be honest, versus the other teams. So I think they'll have some sort of physical, some sort of energy. I think they'll have some sort of advantage in the early stages of. Not that they have a great side. I just think they'll be ready. They'll be fit. I think
looking at this team, it's going to polarize opinion. Okay, you're going to get people that are going to respect what you've done here, and they're going to basically the risk pick for me is Pepe. You're going to get people that are going to be trolling, not trolling per se, but they're going to be just kind of like you've not got Salah in your team, you've not got any Liverpool players in your team, and arguably you've priced yourself out certain midfielders because of the Kane Werner up front. However, if you are going to bank your transfers or you've got a plan to bring in the Man City players, the Man United players for the future game weeks, and you think that if you genuinely think that Arsenal and Tottenham are going to start off really strong, then I think you've banked it with. I think you've got it covering with Ziyech and Werner. I think those 2 are going to be in my team as well. I really like that. But I like it. I like it. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. I think I like the thought process. I like the picks of Son and Kane to be a bit different from the crowd doubling up. It's just that Pepe, man. But then, what do I know? I mean, you could end up being on a bit of a winner there. We had Willian just a moment ago in a draft. You've gone with Pepe. Who knows? Toss a coin.
Yeah.
I have to say, mate. We need to wrap up very shortly. Have you got any final thoughts or anything you want to say before we move on?
I think that people will get priced out very, very quickly because I don't know how many people have played the game that know that transfers, like a lot of players go up really quickly after game week 1 and 2 because they're the most active users. So this price point thing, I understand what people are coming with, but I don't know. I think you got to have a higher price point, sort of, because then your team balance could lose as well. So I don't know. It's going to be tricky this season with this fight like this round that Man City and Man United aren't playing. So I don't know.
Let's just hope that Liverpool don't start off crazy, and then you're going to have to try and get those players in before you said yourself you price yourself out.
It's fine, Jace. I think that Aubameyang is going to be the highest scoring player this year, so I'm fine with going.
I think you might be right. I think that Liverpool will still be up there though, and I think Mohamed Salah, for a greedy son of a gun that he is, I think he won't be far behind. Thank you, King Kun, for being on, mate. Cheers, buddy. Speak to you soon. Take care. FPL Integrity, good evening. The Don, Alex the Kid. This is the stream taking calls. We've been taking calls most of the night, Alex. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to say right now that we've had a great stream. We've had over 200 likes, 210 likes, in fact. We've had over a decent amount of people tuning, over 300 people, which is a new record for myself doing a solo stream. Tomorrow night, we'll be back probably 8 o'clock. Myself and Steve-O, keep an eye on Twitter. We'll post it. Myself and Steve-O will be taking calls. It won't just be me. It won't be just my voice you hear. And I want to say thank you to all the new members, and I want to say thank you to all the new viewers. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button and comment if you're listening to it back on the recorded. If you do want to spend 2 hours of your life listening to it back, we'll be uploading this on SoundCloud and moving it onto all the podcast providers like Spotify and such and such. Join our Discord if you're not already a member of a Discord. It's a very fun, friendly place where you can talk about FPL. Post teams and other bits and pieces. We're going to be talking about the Invitational as well, the Invitational League that I'm very much looking forward to. The rivalry between myself and my co-host Steve-O, and much, much more. And the score predictions game that we haven't even started to talk about. And all the development that's going on the EliteFPL.com website. If you haven't already checked it out, check it out. Follow us on Twitter. You've been watching Elite FPL. I'll see you soon. See you tomorrow night.